Well, if you take your food seriously, then there's really no reason that it should be different for your pet.
Creating nutritious and filling meals for your pet isn't that hard. There's plenty of easy recipes you can make at your house to make sure that your dog is healthy and full at the same time. So joining us this morning is Dr. Janice. She runs Lucky Dog Cuisine. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Your dogs are probably the luckiest in town.
They are too.
I think they are.
That's why we called it what we did, because everybody used to say, what are they eating? I'd tell them, and they say, wow, what lucky dogs.
So tell us about this. This is really, it's just, I guess it's non-traditional. Most people give dogs dog food, but there are a lot of benefits to feeding your dogs things that you make at home.
Well, nowadays, especially when 1 in 2 dogs is being diagnosed with cancer, the more we can do to help increase their immune system, get them healthier and stronger, the better. So yes, these foods are perfect for your dog.
You have a lot of the ingredients here that go into your dog beef stew.
Yes.
And these are things that you say are really great for your dog. But what is the cost of doing this versus, say, buying the dog food?
It's going to be a little bit more. It's the same thing as when when you go to your grocery store and you're buying a lot of processed foods, for instance. It's going to be a lot less expensive than when you go out and cook for yourself. However, the health benefits are amazing. You're going to have less trips to the vet. You're going to see better skin, fewer cleanups in your yard, and the dogs just are a lot healthier and will live longer.
Yes, I was going to ask you about it. I mean, have you seen your dog have more energy, with this kind of food?
Very definitely, and one of the great things about our business is I get phone calls every day with people saying to me, wow, my dog is feeling so much better. Older dogs that they thought, oh, that was it, now they're living longer lives. And the greatest story I had is one gentleman said, I'm only going to call 6 weeks from now, my dog's not going to make it. A year and a half later, he's still
that's wonderful.
Wow.
Yep. And you're saying this is relatively easy. You basically just kind of throw everything together in your own words.
This is, you don't really have to know how to cook.
Okay.
All you have to do is you need your food processor. You need a cutting board. The other thing I like to do with the meat, for instance, I cut it up into smaller pieces. These pieces are a lot smaller than you would for your people. People have an ability to chew. Dogs, they use their mouths as big funnels. So they eat really, really quickly, and that idea of wolfing down your food is really common, and that's why it has to be a little bit smaller pieces.
You cook the meat?
It will be, but right now everything is going to be assembled. So you cut up your meat, put it in a container that's going to eventually, it's going to fill this large container, and then you use your food processor to grate up the potatoes, put some olive oil in the bottom of that pan, and then all you have to do is grate your zucchini, cut up the acorn squash, grate that as well, grate the potatoes and the carrots, and you don't even have to peel them, just grate them, especially if they're organic. And once it's all grated, add it all in there. The potatoes I cook separately just because it makes it a little bit less mushy, and cook it in the oven for 2 hours. Once it's done, add some yogurt, a little bit of pumpkin, and you're good to go.
Wow.
Do you find that, do you suggest that you feed your dog this every day, or should you mix it up with dry dog food? Or
the less processed foods you can feed your dogs, the better.
Okay.
You can vary the protein if you want to use chicken sometimes, or fish, or lamb, or anything else, that's fine. You can vary your protein sources, but it's really important to the less processed foods, the better.
And it's so tasty, you can eat it too. Are you going to try it?
I was looking at it, and I was kind of like...
if it were heated up,
Yes, then you might
It's
try it.
so lunch.
So for the recipe, head over to newsportjax.com, check out the morning show page. It is going to be right there. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.